And I want to thank everybody else that's here. We have a great crowd. We got a lot of people here. They're eating and drinking. You got Brandy has a referee jersey on, and she'll throw a flag on you like I did last week on our other show. So behave yourselves. She's looking for that whistle, because when that happens, you're getting thrown out. But everybody's having a lot of fun here. Thanks to everybody for watching us all over. Thanks BPTV. We have intern John. The photo bomber's back. We got Devin Shea. He's working the controls and all the other technical gizmos that help make us sound so great here. So give a hand to Devin. And thanks to the director, Dave Cable, for letting us venture out of Bethel Park. Now we're going to start in our show. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. We got Smokin' Jim Frazier and Chip the Prophet Hayner. In the first segment of our show, we talk about what's on our mind. So we're going to start that right now. All right, Chip the Prophet Hayner, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Alan. What's on my mind tonight? I'm going to leave the comedy to my friend here, Smokin' Jim. But what's on my mind is we've got an amazing series starting tonight at PNC Park. Look at that. Monday night, July 29th, and the park is sold out for the Pirates against the Cardinals. And the Pirates have started off pretty well. But this is going to be a great next 2 months. Actually, it's a great summer for Pittsburgh sports. You know, the Penguins made the Final Four in hockey. You know, the Pirates are contending for a title themselves, and the Steelers came back to training camp, and I heard a familiar sound coming out of Latrobe this morning. It was pads. They're no longer practicing football in shorts. They put the helmets and the pads on. So I'm looking forward to an exciting summer. And you know, the one thing that I think I like to stay optimistic about my Steelers is that nobody's picked them to do anything. As a matter of fact, you know, they're kind of like been forgotten about. And if there's anything the Steelers do well, it's circle the wagons. And I think that's the one thing they have going for them this year. And that's about all that's on my mind tonight, Alan.
Well, thanks, Chip. Appreciate it. Smokin' Jim had a tough time getting in here tonight. And he was late, so we're actually starting later than we normally start late, because we kept our streak alive, folks. And it's not just his fault. I know I'm dumping on him. He's a good friend of mine, and he brought some guests here, and we're going to have a young man up a little later on. And he was shaking his head, yes, I know Smokin' Jim, because his dad said, is Smokin' Jim ever late? So with that little segue, Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. And anybody that knows me knows that I love the ladies. And I tell you what, we got some eye candy in here tonight.
Wait a second. What about the waitress and bartenders here that you talk about every week?
But I tell you what, every time I come in here, the first face I look for is my main man, Dan. Dan, the man, makes the best coffee in the world. So if you want some coffee, order from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses, Kelly and Brandy. Wave to all your fans.
That's Kelly.
And I tell you what, every time I come here, I have to thank the owners, Mark and Tina, for having us. Appreciate it. And I tell you what, in the house right now, we got the #1 family on the planet, all the way from Rochester, Pennsylvania. Please give a big hand for the Collins family. We got the top photographer in the state of Pennsylvania. My good friend Bill Boyce is back there. And I tell you what, over the years I've been very, very blessed with some great interviews. I've interviewed Michael Jordan, Barry Bonds. I interviewed Charles Barkley, Storm and Norman Van Leer, Jalen Shafino Hood. But I'm most excited about a young man that we're going to interview later on. He's 12 years old. He was voted as when he was 12 years old, he was voted as one of the top 100 12-year-old football players in the country. Got invited down to Miami, Florida to play in the All-Star game where he tore it up. So everybody give a big hand for the future. Caleb Collins is in the house. And backed by popular demand, the Midwest Princess is in the house. And I tell you what, this is the last time, Pittsburgh, you're going to get a chance to talk to her, because next week she leaves the country for a major photo shoot. Please give a big hand for my co-host on Social Curve Network and America's fastest rising star, Alicia Sparks. Big Ben Roethlisberger is the best player in the National Football League, and last year the Pittsburgh Steelers forced him to learn an offense that was so foreign that he needed Rosetta Stone to learn it. This year the Steelers got him playing behind the worst offensive line in all of football. They got rid of Max Starks and Willie Colon and never replaced them with anybody. A doctor recently cleared Michael Adams medically to play football. Michael Adams was stabbed in the gut 3 times. Who was the doctor? Dr. Kevorkian? Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers also got fat, lazy, sloppy, and out of shape Marcus Gilbert playing left tackle. Marcus Gilbert is a Florida player, and most players from Florida are more interested in wearing a hat that says Free Hernandez than they are of going to the Super Bowl. Offensive guard Ramon Foster got the mobility of the son of Frankenstein. Hey, listen, in 2012, the Steelers' MVP was Heath Miller. Heath Miller, when he's healthy, is the best tight end in the National Football League. He's not healthy right now, and the Steelers have no players on their roster to replace Heath Miller. Listen, Pittsburgh, you better wise up, because if you don't, you're going to get Big Ben hurt. And if Big Ben goes down, the Pittsburgh Steelers will turn into the lovable losers, just like the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You know what? He had one of the greatest "What's on your minds" until the last 2 statements. It's usually hard to follow them, but with their easy schedule, this isn't what's on my mind. I already know it. Steelers 11-5, easy schedule this year. They work miracles out. When you don't expect them to win, they do. And I'm on the record 11-5. I'll stay that way. The Pirates, you can watch the video. Chip the Prophet Hayner gave me some Kool-Aid without sugar in it. It was great. One of my favorites. It was very sour back then, but I caught that bandwagon, and now I'm riding right in the middle of that bandwagon. I'm going to lose my $1 to Chip this year, because for 15 years I've bet $1 that they can't break 82. This year they will do it. I know they're up 4-0 and they give up some leads, but go Buccos, go Steelers.
And you know what? We're going to be watching playoff baseball in PNC Park this fall.
Not according to Smoking Jim. We'll let him stay on the record, because even though we're friends,
He's a football
I agree to
scout.
disagree with him.
He's a football scout. He's not a
an
baseball
NFL
man.
scout. He's a model scout. He's an actress scout. He's just a lady scout. That's all I can say.
Leave the baseball to
Hey,
me,
we
Jim.
have Kamikaze Kid in the house. He's not working today, and he threw 20 T-shirts to us and said, pick out your color. So we'll do that after the show with the Kamikaze Kid there. And don't choke on your salad there while we're eating. We didn't get salads tonight, just these fries. And they're good. They're delicious. Hey, what's on my mind is, you know, I do a little promoting. John, I don't know, I was just given this. A friend of mine and a friend of Little Z, Ray Coleman. She has an event coming up. Little Z, I can't read with this copy here, but
It's the same place as always at.
Savoy.
There you go.
Food's great, the entertainment's great. See my man Marty Johnson there. So when he watches the video, and then this is broadcast on PCTV in Pittsburgh, he'll hear this himself. You got to see Marty Johnson. He's the man to see. Smoking Jim, we got to introduce you. And this is Ray Coleman's 30th birthday party there.
Wow.
So that's an extra special event. We better put the date on. Friday. This is this Friday. You talk about short notice.
Right off the press.
Be there. Hot off the press. Then another friend of mine, they're having a golf outing. This is the Pittsburgh Social Exchange. Next Monday, they have a golf outing. I got to read some of this.
Could you get any smaller print?
Oh my goodness. We need anybody. Can you read Braille? They got this at the Diamond Run Golf Course. This is going to help. This is actually part of the proceeds go to the Homeless Children's Education Fund. So they're out there trying to help folks. And Kelly right here works for them. So Ethan, I'm glad you gave me the information. John, I don't know if you can pull that up. Who knew? So we promote a lot of things, and then the Western Pennsylvania Police Benevolent Society, they have a special event coming up August 22nd. I'm going to show it, and we'll be announcing it more on our other show and everything. We got a lot of stuff to cover here tonight, and I don't want to just do my promos since I walked on some of the what's on your mind stuff. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about Peds, and those aren't those little socks that you're wearing. And even, no, that's Pez. Sorry. We do have some feedback here. I can't hear it in my mic because I don't have one, you know, for my ears. So, but this is called a vitamin catalog, and a lot of people get confused about it. Like there's fat loss stuff, there's creatine. You can get Smoking Jim. He's working out again, so last through your next workout. I brought this for you because he's natural. This guy's a great athlete. I've heard from everybody else in my travels with him. So I'm confused on how all these players are looking for an edge. Here's the edge right in this magazine. And they should suspend everybody for lifetime, like my boy Shoeless Joe Jackson, for supposedly throwing a game where he had one of the highest averages in World Series history and had a 13-year career. But those are politics, folks. A-Rod, A-Royd, whatever you want to call him. Well, I don't know him personally. I'm just talking about what he's abused. He's been caught numerous times. He's talked about it. He revealed it, just like with Braun. He was the poster boy for Bud Selig. What team did Bud Selig own? The Brewers. Now, you're giving a guy off some time, and he's losing salary for this year. Well, I don't know if you can say this on TV, but they suck. And what's the cost of this year? And then the other thing is, he was guilty, and he threw the guy who caught the urine and was supposed to turn it in on a technicality. So how does that happen? So he's a two-time loser himself at least. He should be banned. And I put this on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook, that these players should get a lifetime ban, and then the salaries that they lose should be donated to help educate the public and the youth of America on how to use PEDs the right way or not at all. So educate people on the proper use of HGH, steroids, and all that, because they are legal drugs when they're prescribed by a doctor. And if you need them, it saves people's lives. So these guys are cheaters. They got caught. So when you get caught, you're guilty. End of the story. Suspend them, donate their money. And now we do another segment where we interview our guests. And I don't even know how many guests we have here tonight. The most we've interviewed is 9. I think we might break that record tonight. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking my picture with all those beautiful ladies at the front entrance there. It's my pleasure to meet you. And you know this is a sports talk show. So I do like to, do you follow any sports?
Yeah, I've been watching the Pirates pretty regularly.
Okay.
Good for you.
It seems like you're a bandwagon guy, so there's room on the bandwagon.
Hey, you know what? As long as that bandwagon rolling down the hill, it's staying on.
That's right.
Well,
And I got it all polished up and ready
with
for
your
ready
accent,
for
you
stretch
sound, I'm
run.
from the South Hills, but you sound like you're a little further south.
Well, I've been down there a few times.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Do you like the Steelers at all?
I do like the Steelers.
Okay.
I mean, I've done some photo shoots with some of the guys on the team.
Name me one player that you took a photo of.
Charlie Batch.
There
Okay,
you
that's
go.
a good one, because little Z is working out there in Munhall and Homestead, Upper St. Homestead. He's
Steel
a coach.
Valley.
So you got to watch it. Because we got Upper St. Hazelwood. I don't know if you ever met the Kamikaze Kid. He isn't wearing his pit gear. You should take a picture of him because he's so famous in Pittsburgh. They got his jersey right on the board there, number 40.
Right up there on the wall.
If you look,
My favorite quarterback's still that Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Mine too. Mine too.
Who is that guy?
Father and a gentleman, and one heck of a football player.
Yes, he is.
I understand that, but we're sort of in the Steeler training camp mode, so we like to hit Peyton Manning.
Well,
I didn't say hate, I said we like to hit him. And I heard you're a great photographer of the models, so I see it, it's like a model convention here.
yeah, I've got a few girls with me here. If you don't mind, I'd like to introduce them.
Absolutely.
Hey, anybody mind here?
Come up.
I insist.
This is Rachel Perlman.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure, Rachel. Pleasure to meet you.
That's how you get more camera time.
That's right.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
Corinna Lynn.
They're just doing a little walkthrough here.
Look at the dimples. Look at the dimples.
Nice to meet
Huh?
you. Tell the folks your name.
Hi, it's a pleasure
His
to meet
accent
you.
didn't do justice for you. Just say your name.
Tell your name.
Karina Lynn.
Trina Lynn.
Karina.
Karina Lynn, see? He's talking away. All right, who's number 3 here?
This is Alora.
Hi, I'm Alora.
That's Alora. Nice to meet you, Alora.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And then we have Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kelly. It's a pleasure.
Red and black's my
Nice to
favorite
meet
color.
you.
I thought he liked the gold chains. He always says to go for the gold. I don't know what he's
We
talking
have
about.
Felicia.
Alicia.
No, Felicia.
Alicia.
Alicia.
Felicia, nice to meet you.
Hi, Felicia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, as a
And who is the modeling agency or
Bill
what's?
Boyce photographer.
Well, you got at least. See, I like people that are overconfident.
I know you're a friend of
I'm
Jim.
also sarcastic, and I like stirring it up a little, as the folks know
Hey,
here.
that's
So
not
you didn't
wrong.
mention what you do, except we've been promoting you. So
Well-
I like a little shameless promotion. Tell
He
us.
is an amazing photographer.
All right.
Wow, there's an endorsement.
All right.
Well, where's any of these photos? Usually you bring a portfolio here.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
showing-
he did. He brought the live portfolio.
Yeah,
Walking on the stage, you just don't get any better than that.
That's right.
That's true. I wanted to see what you're made of. You passed the first
Hey,
test.
not a problem.
But
These
what is
girls-
this agency you're talking about?
Well, I work with about 200 models across 6 states.
Okay.
Wow.
And these girls, they do a lot of print work, commercials, advertising, promotions.
I'm a singer as well.
Oh.
They're
Well,
available.
I love country. Country. Can you sing
I
country?
sing country. I love country too.
All right.
He likes rap though too.
I can sing it.
Okay, nice.
The
Anybody
rhinestone
rock and roll
cowboy
here?
rides
How about some
again.
ACDC? Any ACDC? Can we do that? Because this is like TNT here. You know, it's getting so heated up here. Hold on a second. Whoa. I do a couple shameless promotions. Not that I know anybody from Renner Contracting. Little Z, he does security. He does escorting. He'll take you wherever you want to go. All right? So he can handle it all. Now, what else do you do with this agency and the 200?
I'm an international award-winning master photographer.
Okay.
One of the few in the state of Pennsylvania, or in the tri-state area.
Okay.
And basically, we're getting ready to do a whole series of calendars, posters, greeting cards. We're doing fundraisers. A lot of our,
Who do you fundraise with?
well, we're getting ready to start some projects fundraising for volunteer fire departments.
Nice.
They need our help.
They need help.
Yeah,
And
they
in
need all the
Bethel
help they
Park,
can get.
Just so you know, Smoking Jim and I, Devin and Cortland were there filming the Rev 'em Up for Kids car cruise. And I did an interview. It's a great cause. They've been doing it 5 years. And that's a long story. You'll have to see the video when that comes out. It'll be an hour video. But my point is, the volunteer fire department, they got a law passed that they'll get donations from the community, but right now you still have to donate to them. So even though the law passed in Bethel Park, they still need help with their funding. And they do a lot of fundraisers also. So that's a noble cause. I'm glad to hear you're doing that.
And then we've got a series of calendars coming out called the Good Luck Girls. It's actually a shoot that was done for our military. And
Well, there you go. Devin Shea's our military guy.
A percentage of all
Proudly
of our,
serves our country, Devin does.
there you go. A percentage of all of our proceeds will go to the Wounded Warrior program to help out our troops coming home.
Not to drop any more names, but Jeff Nucci at Wolfpack Boxing Club, Smoking Jim and I were there. They actually donated time to help train wounded warriors. If you go on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook, you'll see the Wolfpack Boxing Club, that they actually helped about 50 of these wounded warriors. So you're doing a lot of great stuff. It's great to hear that. And with pretty girls like that, I know you're going to get a lot of donations here.
No problem. If you guys need some help with some fundraisers, you let us know. We'd be
We
glad to
just
help.
need help in general.
Right, hey, everybody, please give a great hand for a young man that's doing some big things. And look, I tell you what, Bill Boyce, he looks like a model. Please give a big hand for Caleb Collins. And Caleb, let everybody know where you from. Where's your hometown?
Rochester, PA.
Rochester, PA. And how old are you?
I'm 13.
13 years old. And which sports do you play?
Basketball and football.
And out of the basketball and football, if you had to pick, which sport do you like the best?
I'll probably pick football because of the physicality of it.
And what position do you play?
I play fullback and middle linebacker.
How old are you?
13.
How much you weigh?
Like 120.
That's good weight for 13 years old. What you think, Taco Machine?
I think he's in pretty good shape, and he shook my hand. He got some strength there. You know that. He got a good grip there.
Well, you know, everybody should know that, not only is Caleb Collins an outstanding athlete, his dad was a superstar athlete. I mean, his granddad and his dad was a superstar athlete back in the day. But his sister, Anae Collins, was one of the most talented. His aunt, my fault, Anae, my fault. I still think you're like 17. But Anae Collins, his aunt, was one of the all-time great athletes. We couldn't get her in the Gateway, but I got a letter of intent for you to sign to play for Gateway High School. What do you think, Caleb? We can get you out Monroeville next week.
We have to get your parents first. I'm not giving you the pen.
No, you're talking about shameless
Don't
promotion.
sign anything yet. I got to ask you a couple questions. How long have you been playing football?
Since I was 5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
That sounds great. How about basketball? Right around the same time?
No, basketball since I was like 10 or 11.
How come so late? You're a late bloomer on basketball. What, were you only 3 foot tall then?
No, because like the way our school set up, you can only play in like 5th and 6th grade.
Oh, really? So you had restrictions.
Yeah.
That's what held you back, or you would have played before.
Yeah, I would have played.
Would you like basketball?
Yeah, I like it too.
Well, it keeps you in shape too. You do a lot more running, right?
Yeah.
Do you like to hit people?
What if I get mad?
I meant as a linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't beat Al. We didn't beat Al.
I always throw one question out there and try to mix people up because it could be either way. You pass the test because you're an honest, good man. And that's what we try to do here. We're trying to promote all the good young men in this area and good young women here too. How are you in school? And don't listen to Smoking Jim. He says you should be homeschooled, anybody that's an athlete. And what he means is you should practice all day, okay? But I'm about some of the education too. So how are your grades?
I got like pretty decent grades. I could have done better though.
Okay, well I like that. Anybody with a little ambition's good. And that helps in sports too, because you try harder then.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And then what are your plans? Are you going to move to Monroeville, Pennsylvania and play for Gateway?
I don't know yet.
See, I don't pull any punches there. I'll bet you're pretty happy in Rochester. That's a nice community there.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
But you guys don't have the rivalry Monaca no more, do you?
Yeah.
what else do you do in your spare time then? I know you're not just practicing football all day long and basketball.
I usually just hang out with my friends
Do you?
and talk. Just really.
Talk over sports, whatever's going on.
A lot of
Watch a
things.
lot of sports too?
Yeah. I try to watch as many as I can.
Who's your favorite player that you try to model yourself as a linebacker?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
All right.
Right.
My favorite player of all time. I knew that's why I like Caleb. Ray Lewis is the greatest player of all time.
Jim, you brought in another ringer. You brought in another ringer.
You know what? It's Steeler training camp.
How much do
I
you pay you?
And I respect Ray Lewis for what he did. I'm just not happy with that deer antler underwear he was wearing at the end of his career to make himself healthy again. So you stay away from the deer antlers out in the country there. And I wish you the best of luck in football and basketball. I hope to hear more from you, and you're welcome back anytime. I know it's a long journey. We'll try to not to do it when it's 3 feet of snow. All right, you take care, Caleb. Good luck to you. Why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, how you got to this point? Because I'm all about promoting a lot of good sports talk in Pittsburgh. You got a
Absolutely.
great site.
Thank you. We started Steel Nation Magazine about 2.5 years ago, and it comes at it from the fans' perspective. So all my writers are born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So you actually feel like it when you're a fan reading it, and you might want a little bit more emotion. You get that with the writing that they actually come out with. And all the teams in Pittsburgh have been taking us in just fantastic, you know, and Pirates, Penguins, Steelers, they've all been great for us. And we started with Smokin' Jim, covering the Rayco Saunders, you know, all them local boxing.
He's
and,
been on our show a couple times.
Absolutely, great guy.
I've read his book.
Yeah,
Lester
yeah,
Cursed.
Lester Cursed, right.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
I recommend it highly if you need an inspiration.
Yeah,
If you're
and-
feeling sorry, read
yeah.
his book.
That's for sure.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
That's right. But we started with the local boxing, and it's just been bigger and better every month. We've been new numbers every single month. They've been going up, doubling almost every single month.
That's great.
And yeah, it's been great. The Pittsburgh fans have been great. They've really taken it in, and
Well, you do have a different perspective to interrupt you, and I read through a lot of your past issues and the writers, and I thought you were a perfect fit for coming on our show.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, this is like a true hand in a glove.
Oh, no doubt.
Because we give a fan's perspective, because they yell at me. I got beat up this year because I kept saying with the Penguins, they got 16 games, they got 12 games. Then we hit a wall with 8 games, and then I had a few arguments, and you don't have to agree with me, but as a fan, I'm not playing the sport, because if I were playing, I want to play against that player and beat him. I want to win that quarter, that period, whatever. But I'm a fan. They had 8 games to go, and I'm lost, because they still got 8 games to go.
Well, and that's the thing. And sometimes you want that emotion. You want to read that in an article. That's something you don't get with everyday.
Well, you know, that's how I got involved in all of this. I was just a fan with an opinion.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm like Alan, I'm a homer through and through. And regardless of how badly last year when the Pirates were circling the bowl, I was still sitting there, you know, hanging on to the bandwagon all the way down, you know. This year, I fixed the shocks, I put a new coat of paint on it, waxed it up, and it's ready to go.
And there's a lot more like you that want to read
I'm
stuff
telling you
like
what, man, it's a brand new year, and I'm telling you what, I'm really looking forward to the next 2 months. And even after they collapsed last year, I doubled my season ticket order for this year, and I'm really glad I did, because I've got tickets to, I think, 11 more games coming up over the next 2 months.
I don't see a collapse this year.
And they're going to be hot tickets to come by.
They are.
You know,
They are.
they're sold out on a Monday night. On a Monday night, they're sold out.
Looking 4-0 right now.
We got it. We got it.
4-0 in the 5th inning.
These 5 games are really gonna tell the tale where they sit.
Right, but they do have 9 more after this.
And they
I
do.
mean,
But this is the first litmus test for them at home, and this is where they have a chance to make their mark. And they could. Even winning 3 out of the 5,
that's what I'm looking for.
You're winning the series. You're moving forward.
But you know what? One of the things that they really did well, I think, is that they went into the All-Star break on losing one. They started out of the All-Star break in Cincinnati against a big rival, and they went down 2. You know, they come back and they won the 3rd game of the series. You know, but after a 10-game road trip, they were 5-5.
Yeah.
And you know, they could have very easily been 8-2. You know, because every single game they were in, even the last game against Washington, they were down 7-3 going into the top of the 9th inning. They tied the game up. You know, they could have laid down. They just won 3 in a row from them.
Absolutely.
They could have laid down. They don't give up, and that's one of the things that I like so much about this.
It's a different team. It's a different look to the team.
Yes,
well,
it is.
us 3 agree with that, and I like a little controversy, and you know I'm sarcastic.
And you know I'm priming Jim here.
And now I got to ask Smoking Jim, are you buying any of this?
Well, the bottom line is they lost the last 5 out of 7 of the series that they played after the All-Star break, and they're probably going to lose this series as well. August 6th of 2012, they were 17 games over 500 when the collapse happened. Once the Pittsburgh Steelers start preseason games, nobody will care about the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Pittsburgh Pirates young players won't care either. 80 and 82 is my prediction.
Well, and I beg to differ with you, my friend, but by the time August 6th runs around, the Pirates' paid attendance for this year is going to be 1.5 million. Okay? So a few people think you're wrong.
Yeah, but the Nuttings are making all that money.
And people haven't seen playoff baseball in September.
Right.
The city in 20 years hasn't seen it.
Great point,
You know,
John.
so once it comes, you're going to see what this city could be.
Well, I think the fans are more fired up for the playoff opportunity.
I think tickets to Steeler games will be easier to get than Pirate games.
Yeah, I mean, they take the everyday approach.
Well, there's less seats. There's less seats. And that standing room only gets old.
That's absolutely right.
No doubt. With other sports, what do you write about in your columns?
I'm across the board. I actually cover, when we first started this, I did a lot of the writing. So I covered the Pirates. I was at almost every single game. I was at every Pitt game. You know, I was covering the boxing, the Pitt basketball and football. Right. And it was pretty much on me. But then I got,
what do you have,
some of the
half a
great writers.
dozen guys with you now?
Yeah, and they're all born and raised in Pittsburgh, and they each have their own specific
little niche
in their sport. Yeah. So, and you feel that when you read their articles. You know that they actually have passion, and you can tell when somebody actually grew up in Pittsburgh and how they're writing, as opposed to
I enjoy, like you're saying. I wondered. That's why I wanted to get the man behind the curtain here.
Yeah.
So we got you here.
Yeah. No, I don't write too much anymore. I have too many good writers. I'm not gonna. They're better than me. So
you're not going to screw that up.
No, I'm not going to screw that up. I know a good thing when I see it.
A good manager delegates.
Yes,
he does. That's awesome.
Yes, that's exactly
I appreciate those insights. And you say you keep expanding. How do you go with this expansion? Because I see you online, and now you're going with numbers of people that view your stuff.
Yes.
Likes that you get on Facebook.
This year we've doubled our online subscriptions every single month, and it's just.
And how does that work? Because people that will find you, because now they know Steel Nation magazine.
The more advertising that we get out there, the more people like this, the more cross promoting that we get a chance to do, and come on great shows like this. This is what builds.
You're welcome back anytime. What did he do? He just snuck a shameless promotion in on
What's the name of this?
Steel Nation magazine.
All right, because I'm going to have to,
you got to like
friend
it.
request you on.
Chip is new to Facebook. Can you please friend him? We're trying to get him up to 100.
100? All right, that's reasonable.
Because he's
got 100 people here.
Well, yeah, we have a great crowd here. Sip Sports Bar.
Lonely guy.
You got to come here. I mean, it's great. So.
No doubt.
So how does that work then? So they subscribe?
Yeah, all you have to do is
tell
go
the
on,
people, because I'm trying to help promote you. So
go on to steelnationmagazine.com, and we have a whole pamphlet that you can read. We have the emails that you just put your email in. Everything's free, and you can read it on your laptop, iPad,
phone,
Kindle, and anything. Your phone.
But you can't read it, folks, on the dumb phone. But you can go to Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, because whenever you see stuff from Steel Nation, I like the stuff, so I'll promote it. I'll share what I can on there.
Appreciate that.
And people that see what I put up there, they say you'd be dangerous like Smoking Jim if you had a smartphone.
You can look out on your phone anything post 1990.
Hold it, this is only 2 years old.
It don't look like it.
It is. Here, I'll call you up. I'll call you. Never mind. No, thanks for putting up with my humor. You're welcome back anytime.
Hey, anytime you'll have me.
And
Great job, John.
appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. Good luck. Steel
Thank you
Nation
very much.
Magazine. Chip was talking about a few things with attendance, and I wanted to bring that out, Chip. What were you saying about attendance with the Pirates?
Pirates have paid attendance for this year so far. There's somewhere between 1.2 and 1.3 million fans so far. So they're going to definitely break the 2 million mark again this year. You know, right now they're the hottest ticket in town, man.
Yeah, that's true. But training camp, they're getting some nice crowds, except for the rain. And then on Tuesdays now, I know a lot of people aren't aware of the CBA, and that's the contract that the players union and the NFL signed. On Tuesdays, Smoking Jim, don't invite me up to training camp because they're doing nothing on Tuesdays in Latrobe there.
That's true.
So at St. Vincent's, I'm not going with you. You can't pull the wool on my eyes, over my eyes. What does that do for you as a scout? I know, do you go to the training camp at all? Have you ever been there?
I don't need to anymore.
Okay.
You know, the way it is now with the lax rules, the teams that's not training, they use the preseason games to sharpen up. They're not hitting anymore. Most of the times they're in shorts. So they used to practice 3 times a day. Now they're only practicing maybe once a day, a couple of times a week in pads. So it's really not worth going
question I
on.
would ask you, you know, with the way these new rules are, you know, there's been a big rash in the first couple of days of training camp of season-ending injuries to some pretty high-profile athletes. You think it's because of the lack of hitting that that's not happening in camp? I mean, I'm finding more guys are getting hurt now, and they haven't even done anything yet.
Well, you're always going to get that in football because with football, you're trying to build muscle and put more and more muscle on your body, but your ligaments and tendons never get any bigger or stronger. So those things always are going to snap for you eventually. So that's always a risk.
You know, because Peyton Manning lost the center for the season. Dan Copen, he's out. You know, the Ravens lost their starting tight end, Dennis Pitta. You know, season-ending injuries in the first day of training camp.
Well, just so we don't lose any of them, that's what I'm looking at. Let's keep them healthy. Let's find out who these players are, who's going to be starting, keep them healthy for the schedule. What do you think about the linemen up there with the lack of work in training camp? Will that affect them a little
Offense
bit?
or defense?
Offense.
You know, it's always going to because you can't simulate football.
Right.
And so these guys, you only got 80 players up there, so they really can't kill each other anyway. So you just use you know, the preseason games. You get 4 preseason games to shore it up, but the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have talent on their offensive line, so it doesn't matter how much they hit, they're not going to be so good.
You know, I mean, I know you talked about then not replacing Willie Colon and Max Starks, but, you know, my memory serves me pretty well, and I know how much we've criticized the offensive line the last few years when they were playing. I mean, you know, really did they lose anything, and how much worse off can they be? Who knows? Maybe some of these guys might end up proving that they've got a little bit of fight in them or something like that. But, I mean, you know, you've seen what happened to Ben. I mean, he almost got killed last year.
That's a good point.
Well, let's just hope he stays healthy. He's a great quarterback. All the other stuff off the field, I'm not getting into that right now. It is training camp. I'm very optimistic, and that's what we're looking at. What's going on with you, buddy? What kind of sports, boxing, whatever else you want to bring up? You notice how I mentioned sports and boxing.
We got Eddie Chambers. Fast Eddie Chambers is going to be fighting on August 3rd on NBC Network TV. So I'm looking forward to that.
His brother called in on the show.
Stevie Upshur Chambers is going to be fighting on August 9th on ESPN2. So we're going to get to watch him on TV.
Wow. And you're not going to Chicago then?
No, I'm not going to Chicago. Jesse Lubash is actually moving back to Pittsburgh, and he's going to regain fighting.
Little Z.
Oh, man. So there goes my deep dish pizza.
Look, there goes Team Lubash. Back in the Berg.
Hey, those are my guys. Those
Who
are who
knew
came
I
up
could
with.
get that promotion going?
Shameless, man. The best in the business.
Thanks, buddy.
We got the best scout of women. We got the best on the microphone. We got the best with the baseball. I mean, I'm good to go anywhere I go. Tune in tomorrow night because this is going to be fun tomorrow night, too.
Well, the only problem, this may not be up before tomorrow night, but if it is, they'll see Little Z. The lineup is Chip the Prophet Hayner, Smoking Jim Frazier, Zach Little Z Brenner, and I'm looking for a substitute. That's 2 and 10. Nah, forget it. I'll be there.
No, we can't. That's two.
Don't forget about Mini Z.
Hey, don't forget about
Mini Z.
Those are some big shoes to fill, too. I don't look forward, folks, to the day that the talking machine can't make it.
Well, I got a streak going on. I don't know. You can't last
Wally
forever
Pip.
there.
Don't get me started, Wally Pip.
Lou Gehrig, Cal Ripken. I'm just in the minor leagues compared to those heroes.
And there was another lovely lady in the building that wanted me to give her a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the lovely Brazil in the house tonight.
All right, Brazil!
The love of Smoking Jim Frazier's life.
Waiting in the car.
Oh, no. She's sitting in the chair right over there by Rocky Blyer's jersey. And that's BRASIL.
Brazil.
I'm glad she got to talk to you. Hopefully you didn't give her too tight of a hug, because she'd be gone.
I was asking her to kindly inform Smoking Jim how many reps she can do at 225 pounds. I'd like to know those stats in a woman.
Wow. Folks, you hear all kind of opinions there. He doesn't necessarily represent the show. He represents himself on that, and that's okay with that. We're all opinionated up here.
Sure are.
What else with boxing here? Any other boxing matches you want to?
Sammy Vasquez is going to be fighting August 3rd. I'm only going to say that one time.
Okay. All right. And then
I did.
you did that
one time.
And then how's one of my favorite young boxers at 95 pounds? Teddy Marconja? Marconja. I always mispronounce his name.
AKA Little Teddy.
Little Teddy. So
he suffered a shoulder injury at the Ohio State Fair. He was forced to pull out. He was winning the fight, and the kid kind of locked up with him and fell on him when it went to the ground, and he hurt his arm.
I didn't know that. He actually fell on Little Teddy.
Yeah. The kid was losing, and I guess it's a common fact that when you're losing, you try to,
you tackle and wrestle the guy.
Well, not so much tackle and wrestle the guy like we saw last week at the Royal Place.
We did
where
see
my
that.
ring withstood 2 heavyweight guys. One guy picked up the other and slammed him through the ropes. So my ring still stood the test of that weight.
You know what? That is still one of the all-star performances in business and ring announcing. I don't know. The Guinness Book of Records might come in for Smoking Jim's sports book. We got $1 billion book that's coming out. But for now, we got Little Z has to have a record. I don't even think they have a category for it. I had mentioned it before. I've never heard of anybody building a ring, putting it all together, up to code, up to specs. It passed everything by the judges. The boxers loved it. Then he went in the ring himself and bounced around announcing things. Nobody's ever done that.
Never.
That I know.
Never.
I never read about it. I've read lots of books. I don't know if you know.
Somebody's got to read them. We know Smoking Jim does about as much reading as I do. He likes pictures, folks.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to get Smoking Jim's attention, he likes pictures.
And I may bring the Sugar Ray Leonard book that I
He likes
have.
pictures so much, he brings his high-tech digital photography with him.
Yeah, you can see Smoking Jim late at night in his little photography room developing that film. That's a little unknown hobby of Batman's.
I don't know about that. You know a lot of secrets I don't know about.
Smash and dash.
No, that's interesting stuff there.
Great stuff.
What else is happening with you here?
Just pounding away. Did 4 plumbing calls yesterday, 3 more today.
Hold it. Since we're talking a little shameless promotions, how many calls are average on a Sunday? Because I don't even think the big boys that are in plumbing get 4 calls on a Sunday.
I don't think so, but that's just the way it works out. I have no control over it like Mother Nature. I tried to not be a one-trick pony. That's why we do so many things for plumbing contracting, so that I'm just not sitting around waiting for plumbing or for heating or for lawn care or for snow
How about
removal.
air conditioning?
Air conditioning. That kind of falls under heating and air
I don't know.
conditioning.
Unless I hear air conditioning, I don't believe it. I'm like a doubting Thomas on that. How about cutting some grass?
Yeah, we cut a lot of grass. Wink, wink.
What don't you do?
Well, we do everything. But me personally, one of my fears is electricity. I don't play with wires.
At halftime.
No wires.
No wires.
No
You're not
electric. I have an
electricity guy.
electrician. I have an electrician for that. I do not play with wires.
Well, that shows your good sense, especially since you're digging in the rain and saving people when you're doing plumbing. I'd hate to mix plumbing
The
and
big job of the weekend was gas. We had gas leaks in Homestead.
We'll save that for off air. We don't want to talk about the gas here. But little Z, you better bring Mini Me Z tomorrow night, buddy.
Great job, little
Show
Z.
pleasure. Thank you. And you look great in pink.
Thank you.
Awesome, buddy. I think that's a new color for you.
Great job, little Z.
Tomorrow night, Z. We'll see you tomorrow night.
No, we just want you to walk up here one time.
Hold on, we gotta see the walk.
We're not video.
Look at it. Look at the shoes. It's always about the shoes.
Welcome back, Alicia.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pleasure to see you again.
Pleasure to see you too. What's going on?
You changed your hair color because this is the third time you're on the show, so
Yes.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
And I love the color of your outfit here.
I'm just normal today. Just regular today.
Can you show the folks one of your shoes? Would you
Now,
get-
every time they ask me to see my shoes and I put a leg up, I get in trouble. So, camera guy. Here's my shoes.
And you know the reason I do it for your co-host.
Yes, I know. I know.
All right.
I know. Did you see my shoes? You want to see?
What? Hold it, he's still filming here. You know what it's like to be in front of the camera.
I do.
Now we know why you're back a third time. Your fans, we may be up to 410 likes.
Yeah.
This will be back up there.
We should be at 500 by the time this is finished. That's where we should be. That's how I feel.
Should be breaking 1,000.
Well, you're
by 9
welcome back a
o'clock.
fourth time. When you come back out of your worldwide tour, you
Yes.
have to come back.
I will.
Just don't tell me how many countries you
Don't
stop
forget
in.
about us.
I won't.
The
I
little
won't.
people here.
No matter how many stamps I get in my passport, I will always come back to Pittsburgh. Always.
We always
is
got
so
love
great.
for you.
Always.
We
Thank
always
you.
got love for you.
Thank you.
Tell us about the events that you just got done doing in this past week, because every
Ooh.
time I looked on Facebook,
It's
there was
something.
another event.
Yeah.
And I thought it was every day, and I thought 2 on a couple days.
Right.
Was
right.
I right or
right.
wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
Because you see, I follow all the fans of Pittsburgh Sportsline
Yes.
on Facebook.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Go
they're
ahead.
drinking again.
Yeah.
Did I slip that in?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Very smoothly.
Thank you.
I liked it.
Now, your fundraising events,
So,
and your business events,
Lots.
I'm confused.
Lots. It
Tell
seems,
the folks what's going on here.
It seems to be that everything is happening all at one time, which is such a blessing to me. I worked really hard just building my brand and being a really good makeup artist, and having all of these wonderful models coming in and doing these photo shoots. And over the last weekend, we did the huge La Panache hair fashion show that I told you guys about
Yes.
the last time that I was here. It was
How did that go?
phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was outside. It was built up like New York Fashion Week. Lights everywhere, photographers, media, press. It was amazing. Absolutely wonderful. You can go on my Facebook page and see lots of pictures and a live feed from the show. It's all on my
You know
Facebook
what?
page.
I couldn't keep up with everything.
I know it's a
and
lot.
you know how I send a lot of stuff
Yes,
out there.
yes you do. Yes
know?
you do.
And
Yes.
people aren't
Yes.
complaining because I fire a lot of stuff out there.
Yes, I love it.
And-
I'm so grateful.
And I try to educate people and put positive stuff out there. And I
Yes.
see you're very similar
Yes.
with everything you do.
Always.
And
Always.
the videos,
Yes.
the photos.
Photos.
It's just unreal. Where's
Yeah.
your 2 makeup artists? They were here last time. Where's those makeup artists extraordinaire go?
One was a makeup artist, the other one was a hairstylist. They couldn't make it this week. It's okay. It's
Because
okay.
I was going to try to bring them on the show
Oh
with
yeah?
you.
Hey, let me know. I'll get them here.
Well,
Get them here.
We'll
But
have to talk about it, but we're still talking about you and
Yes.
what you're doing in the communities.
yes, a lot. Also, just recently did a benefit for Jody Daniels, in which I just played a small role. I just danced, what my true passion is, and left.
How long did you dance?
I danced for about 2.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's on my Facebook page as well.
I think I saw it. But
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
You think you've seen it? You
So you put up like 100 different
Yes,
things.
I do.
There's 100 of them. So she was dancing in one. I didn't see the video of it, but I saw a photo of
Go
her
back on
dancing.
there. You gotta go back on there.
Because you can't see him work.
Gotta go back on there and check out the video. I was dealing with the severe sinus
There's
infection.
video,
But go
there's
check it out.
photos.
There's everything.
And I'm a newbie to this
You
stuff.
are, but you're doing very well. You're doing
thank
good. So while we're at it, I brought a autographed signed picture from my last photo shoot just for Smoke.
You gotta get it on camera there. Hold it.
Right here, 10,001.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth
Hold it.
it.
It's too hot in here.
Just for Smoke, a hot pink.
Hey, Kamikaze Kid, can you turn the air on? Because it's heating up back here.
Well, hot.
He brought that picture out.
No problem. No problem. Anytime.
Another first for BPTV.
Yes, there will be a lot of firsts for BPTV.
Whoa, we know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you actually showed both shoes tonight.
Oh yeah, we got them both.
You got both shoes. That's
Got 'em both.
another first
Yes.
on BPTV. And then I just heard it through the grapevine, 406.
Uh-huh.
We just hit
Oh,
406
406.
likes.
Hey, we're
And
getting there.
we're not even broadcasting
Live, not yet.
Not
500
yet.
is the goal by tomorrow. 500.
Wow.
500.
We're gonna need a lot of help.
Gotta get
Alicia,
there.
you're gonna
I can
have,
do it. I can
You're
do
gonna
it.
have to get some of the Youngstonians,
Uh-huh.
the Clevelanders.
I can
Oh,
do
did
that.
I say Clevelanders?
You did. You did.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
okay.
that'll be
It's okay.
interesting.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Because
okay.
I actually
Okay.
feel bad for them.
Yeah.
They lost their team. They
I
become
don't.
the Ravens.
And, oh,
Then they gave the worst
I
team in the
don't.
world. Then the people in charge, they don't know how to win football games.
I know, but you know,
No,
it's a
and I
cycle.
don't.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
I have empathy, unlike some people.
Basketball player in the world.
Best basketball. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
You know
It's
what?
okay.
This wasn't trying to dump on Ohio.
Ohio is still great. It's still there. It's still thriving. It's still pushing. There's nothing wrong with Ohio.
And what
Pittsburgh
other
is it.
events? You only named 2, I think.
I did, but you know, just follow me. You can see. You
I
follow
can't
me.
keep up.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Run
Hold it.
hard. Run hard.
You know what? I'm all worn out. Here's how I type.
Come on, Al. You drink all this green tea. You
You know what?
ought to be healthy enough to.
I'm strong enough.
Green for the green. How about that?
Green tea,
Green
sip by
tea.
sip.
Yes. It's okay.
12
I love
cups
green
a day.
tea. I'm
You
a
gotta
fan.
well, I'm a connoisseur. We have a new fan of the green tea.
I'm a fan.
Stephanie Hayner.
Yeah.
She just drank some young Hyson that I told her to get. China gunpowder.
Okay.
And then Longqing 4th grade. She drinks that. Now these are loose leaf coffee. In a coffee place, it's loose leaf tea, Nicholas Coffee in Market Square.
Okay. That's downtown.
Downtown, they have the best roasted peanuts in the town, so they're healthy for you.
Healthy and
The tea
fresh.
is-
Woo.
they cook them up right there.
Oh.
We have to go there. You can pick me up in that Jag anytime.
Well, let's go. As long as you
we'll
bring
go.
this, as long as you bring this, and you clean my windows,
Now listen
we
to
can
this.
go.
Here's why you gotta like Alicia. No, I am not Billy Mays.
He's Vince.
We can clean it.
He's
I
Vince
met-
the ShamWow.
I met a-
Sham
this is our
The Sham Easy.
Sham Easy.
Sham Easy.
We met the original guy who made this, the inventor, Ray Killen,
Yes.
and his wife Rebecca.
Yes.
They have this company, and they were wiping down cars, and I said, I have a problem. Whenever I clean windows, and I shared this with Alicia a
It's
couple
never
weeks
good.
ago.
It's never good.
If they told me, Al, the only way you can live is you have to clean windows in your car and make them so they're spotless,
It'd be bad.
I'd be a dead man.
It'd be over.
So now I use this on my car today. And the windows,
Are clean?
they're like 98% clean. So Ray and Rebecca,
Yeah.
inside, especially.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, and next time Alicia comes,
I have a
I'm
fan.
going to buff her car.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the
that-
sham, with the
oh,
sham
that-
easy? With the sham easy? We're going to use the Shameezy?
We're promoting Shameezy. They're actually on Facebook.
That will be must
And I got to help them. They were only, it was Shammy Man. He goes by Shammy Man.
Got it.
They were only at 30 likes.
Right.
And I boosted them up to 31.
Wow.
So Pittsburgh
Every like counts.
Sportsline, we got them to 31. We're going to help.
Gonna get
We're
up
going to
there.
help them because this gentleman's from Morningside.
Okay.
He played with the Morningside Bulldogs with some famous people here.
Okay.
He knows Myron Cope. I started to get choked up
He
here.
did. He had a moment.
Because Myron Cope here was a friend of my dad. He passed. Every
Okay.
time I think of Steeler training camp, you miss him because he was a legend.
Right.
Double Yoy and all that stuff.
Okay.
And he also played football with Billy Hillgrove, who's still alive,
Wow.
announcing the Steelers.
Wow.
So we got to help boost the Shammy Man,
Yeah.
Ray Killen.
Shameezy.
And that's what we're going to do. And I'm keeping this because
Yes.
they gave it, but they're going to send me another one.
Well, I need that one. Can I get that one?
Well, if
need
you
it.
take me to get green
you
tea,
can have anything
Well, we can
you
go.
want.
I can have anything I want.
they're closed right now.
Heard it.
So we'll take a little trip in daylight.
Well, let's go. We can
Let's-
go at daylight.
Let's go down the road. Because you
go.
said the car's so dirty.
It's so dirty.
I don't know if I trust you in the nighttime here.
Well, next time we're gonna get smoking, buffing my car outside.
You know what? This is going to be... We have to get video.
Yes.
We got to get a notary.
We're getting video of that.
Notarize that.
Yes.
Because he had a chance yesterday
Oh,
to help with cameras.
and he didn't.
And we had a great intern, Cortland, and she was carrying 2 bags. And Smoking Jim goes, he goes, do you need help? And I go, before this gets too
He even
deep,
goes that far.
I said,
Right.
let me just grab that off.
Yeah,
of you."
yeah.
So even though I was on camera,
Keep it going.
interviewing people,
Keep it going.
I had to carry the bag around.
Yeah.
And Smoking kept his reputation
Yes.
untarnished.
Untarnished.
Still.
Well, we're gonna change that. That's
Yeah,
gonna
right.
change.
Here.
That's gonna change.
Take this black sham easy. Give me that back. You're
I
not
need
going to
one.
use it.
I need one.
She's gonna use
I
it.
need
She needs
one.
to
Yes.
take the shine
I
off
need
before
one.
And as we're winding down the show,
Yes.
what else is going on?
follow
You're
the
going to be
pieces
traveling now?
Yes. Getting ready to go to St. John. Get a
St.
nice-
John's. I've been to that island.
Have you?
Yeah, it's beautiful
It's
down
wonderful.
there. The ocean's great. A lot of great
beautiful.
fishing, beaches.
No communication to the outside world at all. That's what I'm
Well,
about.
That is a
phone you
blessing.
Well, yeah, but we turn that off.
Do you?
Yeah.
So what is this, vacation time
This
for
is
you?
vacation, a little bit of work, a little bit of business, a little bit of fun, a little bit of everything, Just for me.
Well, hey, we got a big announcement as we wrap up.
Oh, yeah?
How many shows is this, Al, at SIPS?
At SIPS, I think we're at number 25.
We only, at SIPS, this is the 25th show. We've only got 2 people in the SIPS Hall of Fame. Right now, we got the first female that's entering the SIPS Hall of Fame. Alicia Sparks is in the house.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how you did it. The 3rd appearance, you tipped the scale.
I'm here.
Just don't talk about him working on cleaning.
I won't. I won't ever bring it up
Because
again.
he's an honest man, and I know we use that loosely here.
Yes,
So,
I understand. No, now that I'm in the Hall of Fame,
yeah.
my car doesn't need cleaned. It's okay.
Nice. I'll get that windshield while we're getting peanuts and green tea.
Yes, that's good enough. That
We'll
works
do that
for
as
me.
we travel down the road. You just stay here while we wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
We're going to end this show. We had a great group of people here. It was just a fantastic crowd, great guests. I lost track with how many guests we did have. And thank you for watching our show. Thanks to BPTV for putting up with us, letting us go out in the neighborhood. Dormont's not that far from Bethel Park, so I appreciate it. We had a master photographer on the show, set a new record there. He's going to take some photos with us, so we'll get that. And then watch us on Verizon 32, Comcast 7 in Bethel Park, YouTube worldwide, because we're worldwide now.
Yeah.
And then worldwide everywhere on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. For all of you drinking, that's the last one of the night. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner. The Pirates are winning 4-1 in the 7th Monday night. Alicia Sparks is going on vacation for a workcation.
Workation.
So, thank you. Take care.
Bye.